Hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm here with Representative Emily O'Brien. So, Emily, how did you get started on your path to serving for our state?
I was actually reached out to by the Republican Party and asked if I'd be interested in running, and so I asked them to kind of break it down for me what I would be getting myself into, and thought, why not toss my hat in the ring and see what it's all about, and I did, and now I'm here. So
how long have you been a representative?
I have been a representative for exactly 30 days today. So we've been out here since January 3rd. We were sworn in on beginning of December, and so I've been a representative since then, but officially, I think it's about 60 days or so, but 62-ish days, but been out here for about 30.
Was it what you expected it to be like, or not really?
I had zero expectations coming into this, so I didn't know what to expect. It's been a lot of fun learning the process and how things work and what you do to get laws passed. I really didn't have any expectations, but I'm learning a lot, that's for sure. It's kind of like drinking from a fire hose. You learn a lot of different people. You get to learn about what people are passionate about and how the process works, the operations of everything. It's really awesome opportunity.
So, did you work as anything else before you became a representative?
Yes. So I was actually a UND student. I just graduated 2 years ago. I am now working on my master's. So I did my undergrad in entrepreneurship and business management, and now I work at the Center for Innovation on UND's campus. It's over by the aviation buildings. I'm an entrepreneur coach there, so I help businesses start ideas and help them write business plans or financial analysis or marketing strategies. So if someone has an idea that they want to start, we help them make that come to life.
And so you are one of the most younger members on the team.
Yes.
So how do you feel about that?
It's actually kind of interesting. I'm the youngest female legislator and the second youngest. So it's interesting coming into it because people are a lot older than I am. So I think, I don't have as much knowledge and history as a lot of these individuals do, but I'm open-minded to, listening and figuring things out and asking lots of questions. I do that a lot. I ask a lot of questions, and it's okay to not know everything, and people are more than willing to help, so it's a good thing.
And also sort of based off that question, what does it feel like to be female in a predominantly male environment?
That's a great question. It's interesting to, be one of the only females, but a lot of people respect me and other female legislators as well because, we are the minority in it, but people are open to different ideas, different concepts, and learning, and, we all come from different backgrounds, and so it's cool to be a part of that, but it's also, not a woman or male thing. It's you want to come here to make a difference, and that's what we're here to do.
Are there any main things that you try to get laws passed on or feel passionate about?
Well, since I'm an entrepreneur coach, I do a lot with business. A lot of people ask me so what do you think so far? And I compare it to my job as an entrepreneur coach, where I have about 8, not 8, but I have about a couple weeks to dive into the process and see, what you're passionate about. Say you want to start your own bakery or something like that. I can, have a couple weeks to go through that. With this, I've got about 8 minutes to make a decision and say, okay, yep, this is how we need to run with this. So it really speeds up the process.
So before you go into session, do you find out about the laws and research them? And do you find that you have a lot of time to find what you want or feel rushed a lot?
Time is very valuable in this. We get a lot of emails. We probably get, some days I could get 30 emails, and some days I wake up with 350 or more. It just kind of depends on, what the issue is that's coming to the floor. I do a lot of research on the bills before they come to the floor, so I'm making sure that I make, smart votes, and a lot of people reach out via email or call or write on Facebook, hey, I'm really passionate about this bill, please vote yes on this, or please do not pass this bill, this is how it'll affect me, and it's really important to communicate with people and, asking what their concerns are and making sure that their needs are met for it. So a lot of time and research goes into it, and time is very valuable being in this field. So,
do you find yourself second guessing yourself on like the bills that you've voted yes or no on?
Yes and no. Sometimes I do, but if I did that, if I really, kept second guessing, I probably shouldn't be in this, kind of industry. You want to be firm on why you made that decision and do it based on facts and, having reasoning for why you voted a certain way you did. Once you make that decision, the chances of you going back and trying to change that, it's not easy to do. And so, thinking before you speak or act is something that I always heard when I was younger. And now it's like, oh, my mom was right when she told me all that stuff, or, my dad too. And so definitely like thinking and researching and getting an understanding before you act on it is very important.
So when you were young, you were like want to go into the politician or legislature?
I didn't even know that this kind of world existed. Like, that presidents and governors and representatives exist, but I didn't understand the full effect of it. I was a total outsider in this field and didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I mean, you have all those ideas as a kid. You want to be a lawyer or a doctor, own your own business, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. I didn't know the process of any of this a year ago. I mean, I was still figuring it out. I had just launched my campaign and, figuring out the marketing and how are you going to raise money and what do we even do? What are we doing? And so trying to understand all that stuff, I was total outsider. And so I've learned a lot going through it and, being more involved here every single day. You learn something new every day, and I think that's the best part about it because I didn't know the process. I didn't know I even would have interest in getting involved in it. And I told my boss, I'm like, I didn't think I'd be good at this, but I really enjoy it, and I think I'm getting pretty good at it, and it's fun. So I'm all about, doing things outside of your comfort zone, and this definitely was way out of my comfort zone, but I love it.
Yeah. So how do you feel that students can be more involved in the North Dakota or U.S. government?
Asking questions, figuring out how do we get involved in this? What do people want to see? For me, I wish I had opportunities like you guys have to come here and interview. This was not something that was even an option when I was younger. And so have you guys ever heard of Girls State?
No.
So Girls State is an option where you can get involved in government and things like that, and I'd be more than happy to even come to your school and talk about it. And entrepreneurship, I've gone to a lot of schools and, talked about it, and getting outside speakers in is a huge benefit for students because you can only focus so much inside the classroom, but when you have something else that comes in or, get outside of the classroom to go and learn stuff, it's all the learning, happens when it's hands-on experiences rather than memorizing stuff out of a textbook. I'm a firm believer in that.
Do you find yourself giving lots of talks or interviews to young students or people?
Yeah, I've actually been to a lot of classrooms to, teach students about entrepreneurship and how to start a business and, whatever they're passionate about. How do you find that connection with students? And then, you're passionate about dog walking. Okay, so, how do you make money off of this? And just working with students. So it's awesome to be a part of it. And if you guys ever want me to come, I'd love to come and visit.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. So I think we're about out of time, and thank you for talking to you.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thank
awesome.
you.